大家好，歡迎收睇 Gameplay HK 廿一樽，繼續刺客教條維京紀元。上集我哋嚟到新地區，咁有份新嘅 job 要我哋幫郡長同埋郡長夫人離婚咁話喎。我自己就想幫咗郡長夫人先嘅。
She will remember me, won't she? Yet what if she's married already? Or buried in the cold clay earth? No, I must not think on it.
你個舊情人都係排下隊先啦，冇咁快到你啊。
Without a head when I'm
There you are, Eivor. Over here.
你喺度做緊咩啊？擺埋啊
I came first to help you. Your need seemed more pressing.
And now my marriage awaits your executioner's sword.
Will it not be strange to leave this place? You have lived here half your life.
Yes, but what is to keep me here? A loveless union and the dirt mounds of two babes who never took a breath.
其實我哋都唔需要問佢掛唔掛住法國噶啦，佢咁想走點會唔掛住啊？係咪？不如傾下個計劃係點啦。
And what of our plan, the Great Lammas kidnap? Is this a Christian feast?
Yes, it's a wonderful evening, a blessing of the harvest, full of fruits and fires, drinking and dancing.
Revelers with muddy minds and glazed eyes. That's good for us. And what of the ship that will sail you home?
I know just the one, and her captain is full of fire. Come, I will take you to him.
但係佢根本就想跟個船長走㗎，佢中意個船長。
This captain, who is he?
Not much more than a boy in his 17th year, full of youthful bravado.
A Saxon.
A Dane. Though Adred calls you raiders, he says that you are here to steal England.
Some may be. But I've come to settle a stretch of land. I'm not so keen to return to the winters of my birth in Norway.
Norway, it must be beautiful, rugged and fearsome, and cold as anything the frozen north.
So cold that the light hangs in the sky. I rode for the Valkyries who carry our dead warriors to their eternal feast.
An eternal feast would be a merry end.
係咪就係前面戴住紅頭帽嗰個人啊？喂，不如我同佢傾下偈先啦。
I'll follow you, Eivor.
原來係招募傭兵嚟啊
We are here.
This is a brothel.
The captain's name is Hrolfr, called Rollo in my tongue. Tell him of our new plan and agree to whatever reward he demands. He may take some convincing, for we did not part on the best of terms.
I will bring him round by force or persuasion. Just be ready for my signal at the Lammas festival.
我覺得強迫嘅話咧唔着數。原來嗰時妓院啲人係咁樣着㗎。
That Dane lordling better start.
Rollo， 你望住地下啲豬做咩事啊？我想問。
Please, I'm just a poor Christian brother with nothing left to give.
哦，原來佢中意呢味嘢嘅。
Someone's at the door, Rollo.
Oh, is it that hun I asked for?
Estrid sent me.
Did she now? As a parting gift for the man who rattled her bones, huh?
No, I'm here to collect you.
Can it wait?
喂，由邊個敲門啊？
Oi! Bring out the one they call Rollo. The king's men want to ask him a few questions.
No.
Just a second.
我哋係咪要打發啲士兵走先咧嚇？
Good day, sir. Come in.
哎呀，我真係以為俾佢入嚟㗎。
Some help here?
Bloody fucking Danes! Open this door!
Out! Now!
Follow me.
We found your camp, Dane. Your friends are all trussed up. No one to help you now.
哎呀，陰公，我乜都睇唔到，乜都睇唔到。
Even ale-addled, I'm
擋住，哇後面。喺呢啲位置打真係好唔着數。哇！就呢度，唔知呢度。我想回避唔到咯，想點啊？誒，用技能啊！少咗啲人就易打啲㗎啦。 抵死。你冇事我
Estrid did not lie. You have fire.
And who are you to Estrid?
Only a friend. I am Eivor of the Raven clan.
Norse by the music of your speech. Then you must forgive me. Those Saxons knew about my camp. I was mind-drunk to leave my warriors behind.
Go to your men if you must. Only tell me where to find you. We have much to talk about.
Northeast of here, by the river's mouth. Follow me or come when you can.
咁唔使諗啊，我哋一定係跟住佢去㗎啦，係咪啊？但個河好遠下喎，跟住你跑咪有排跑。嗱，我覺得呢條友咧，我哋一定要係幫下佢，救咗佢啲人先，咁同埋佢中意俾人糟質㗎嘛。咁呢樣就係我哋強項啦。到時睇下有冇機會有選項可以取悅下佢啦。
Saxon bastards! Rollo the imprudent! I'll show them! I'll be Rollo the Gelder soon enough!
Or Rollo the Screamer if you don't keep it down.
Was it you who gave Ivar the Boneless his name? I hear talk of his deeds around the campfire, but his name I never understood.
He was boneless before I met him. Now he's bones on a pyre. That's all I know for sure.
And King Alfred? Can you imagine their king in the sky blanket tear sands our lands? He'd be bluer than my father on nights the meat is strong. He'd fall asleep in the snow with a dog keeping him warm. This talk makes me long.
好似有啲人喺度想追我哋喎。啊，算啦，唔好理後邊啦，繼續行住先，睇下會唔會仲有後續嘅故事交代先。我最討厭就係啦，當你行緊交代緊古仔嘅時候，無啦啦遇敵喎。
This talk makes me long for the old times, the good old times.
咁跟住咧，佢好似冇嘢講啦。嗱，好啦，喺我哋個 friend 漫步完嘢嘅時候咧，我哋已經快過佢嚟到個營地嗰度噶啦。但係啲人瞓低晒，似係俾人打完嚟喎。
No!
你終於到啦，嗬
What is this? It's worse than I feared. So many of my people gone.
And the rest at each other's throats. They believe one of your number is a traitor?
Lork and Gerhild have been at my side all season. I don't like to doubt them, but my people are taken and my ship is gone.
If the traitor lives, all of you are at risk. Let me talk to them. The innocent have nothing to hide.
Very well. But do not let Loki whisper lies in your ear.
While you were drinking and whoring, Rollo, the Saxons attacked us. And these two were nowhere to be found.
Neither betrayed us, Ake. Gerhild is my sworn shield sister, and Lork served my father well.
Seems like the Saxons didn't get all of Rollo's clan. I should speak to both and see if I can find some evidence around the camp.
嗱，好啦，睇下佢哋正宮先。
Gerhild, is it?
Aye. Rollo's sworn sword sister. I've served him proud and true. You cannot think I betrayed him?
我點知㗎？問下佢喺邊度先啦。
You were not here when the Saxons attacked.
I was hunting. There's fine game in the trees outside the camp, and our people need meat.
What was your prey?
Rabbits for stew. Rollo's favorite.
咁你覺得佢呢個人點啦？喂，你揈完頭未啊？你係咪蝦完嘢啊？
Who are you to Rollo?
I am shield sworn, so long as England and that Frankish witch do not sway him from the true path. Our people deserve better.
I hear envy, but of Estrid or Rollo I cannot tell.
You know nothing, Ravenbeak. My concern is for my fellow Danes. You'll find no treachery here.
That is all, for now.
暫時睇佢好似冇乜問題，唔似係背叛嗰個。咁你咧
Lork, yes? What is your story?
You want to hear my story? And bring me a mug of ale, and we'll sit and talk as equals. Elsewise, you can hang.
哇！而家你咩身份啊？我問你嘢你就答啦，如果唔係你冇命啊，篤你出嚟啊
Where were you when the Saxons came?
Hunting rabbits, wasn't I? Sick to death of carrots and turnips. Then I heard Gerhild shouting, and all hell broke loose.
你隔離嗰個話捉兔仔，你又話捉兔仔，你係咪啊？你睇到啲咩先
Did you see anything at all?
Geralt talking with a Saxon. Couldn't hear them, but wasn't nothing good. Sure of that much.
Why should I believe you? You could be lying to save your own skin.
Ask her. Says she's loyal to Rollo, but I've known her since she was a babe. Full of spite and ambition, always was.
其實我覺得呢個人係咁講隔離嗰個壞話，我唔係好信佢。第三個問題
How long has your sword served Rollo?
I owe his father a blood oath. If that means wiping Rollo's arse until I die, so be it.
And if Rollo was dead, that oath would be fulfilled. You must tire of battle.
I'll feast in Odin's hall one day, but not with the stain of dishonor on my hands.
我真係覺得呢個係叛徒喎。
I have what I need for now. I might find some evidence to test their stories.
仲有啲嘢可以調查嘅。
No need to hunt when the camp is full of fresh kills.
咁點解兩個都話要去打獵咧？係咯，咁多肉喺度。
While you were drinking and whoring, Rollo, the Saxons attacked us, and these two were nowhere to be found.
Neither betrayed us, Ake. Gerhild is my sworn shield sister, and Lork served my father well.
Seems like the Saxons didn't get all of Rollo's clan.
咁應該仲有其他人㗎喎。喺呢度咧
This looks like a good spot to hide. Somewhere to wait out a Saxon attack.
佢哋匿喺呢度睇得清清楚楚嘅。
Gerhild, can we speak again?
誒，有新嘅嘢可以問。
You're lying. I found rags and rags of game.
You've got more wit than your face suggests. I went to meet a lad from a nearby village. Rollo's not the only one who dallies with locals.
就係咁，但係佢話你係叛徒喎。
Lork accused you of treachery. He saw you with the Saxon.
Lork? You believe that old crow? His bones crumble and his mind wanders with age. Or he wallows in jealousy. Take your pick.
暫時唔問你嘢住。
That is all for now.
到你。
Lork.
嗱，你又話去揾野兔，咁隔離擺咗好多肉嘅架又點咧
You're lying. I found a rack full of game nearby, enough to feed the camp for days.
Told you. I was hunting.
Stick to that story and I'll tell Rollo to take your treacherous head.
I was sleeping in the forest, wasn't I? Heard Saxons tramping through the trees, so I hid. Not fool enough to face him on my own.
段哥，你唔係話俾我知後邊個草叢係森
I have
林
what I need for now.
同埋又話唔知見到佢去咗附近有條村度，呢個附近仲有村咩
Survey the area, Sunan.
嗱，望一望啦，我覺得佢兩個都講大話喎。
Have you made your decision?
嗱，我哋逐個揀下睇下會點啦。
Gerhild claimed to be hunting, as Lork did. Rabbit.
She rarely hunts. She's been a terrible shot since we were children.
Your shield sister is jealous. She thinks you neglect your people by sleeping with the enemy.
She always had ambition. But she accepted my leadership, swore on her shield.
Lork saw her with a Saxon. She claimed he was her lover.
Yet she has berated me many times for taking Estrid to my bed. I did not think her a hypocrite.
咁佢真係有機會係叛徒喎。洛克呢
Lork said he was hunting, but your racks are full of fresh rabbits.
Why would he lie? Unless he had something to hide.
He tires of his blood oath, and with your death, he would be free.
He has become old and frail, but he served my father well. I would have freed him without bloodshed.
This man knew the Saxons were coming and hid. He was either in league with them or a coward.
A sad fall for a great warrior no longer in his prime.
咦，咁睇嚟個阿伯又似係信得過喎。
Have you come to a firm conclusion?
I have.
Let me hear it. Both choices will pain me, but let it be the truth.
呢個世界恩愛成恨咧係好正常嘅。
Gerhild betrayed you.
No, that's not true! Rollo, I beg you!
A shameful death on bloody Saxon soil.
Both had reason to betray their Jarl, but only one had the eyesight to do so. I hope you chose well, for you denied them a seat in my hall.
There can be no feast in Valhalla for a break faith.
She was always a jealous crow, beak pricking over every decision I made.
Nothing more can be done here, but your warriors might still be alive. And I will need your help after they are free.
There's a Saxon camp with a dock at Port Walton. It might be they were taken there.
嗱，我哋救翻啲人之後，就知有冇估錯啊
I always knew there was something wrong about her.
Spare me your sullen words. My heart is torn. Go. Find something useful to do.
I've heard of a safer place than this south of Colchester. Let's you and I go take a look, shall we?
I am sorry that your people suffer, Rollo.
Thank you, Eivor. I have much to think on as we journey.
I'll leave you to those thoughts.
嗱，好啦，咁而家咧，我哋就過去嗰個營地嗰度救咗人先。第二件，第三個，地下呢度有一個。將啲會巡邏嘅全部懟冧晒先，咁應該就冇人知啦。可以換翻把弓啦。呢個就咁刺殺。之後就過嚟開門。咦，我可以攞埋啲箭喎，執埋先。
My thanks. I'm in your debt.
呢度都有。
Let's give the ravens a feast of Saxon blood!
Your axe arm is strong, Rollo.
Never doubt me, Raven Feeder. These Saxon king slaves did.
其實我覺得呢個時候唔應該去指導人哋，佢忠誠會回報翻俾我哋就 OK 㗎啦。
You showed great loyalty to your kinfolk. Stay true to that, and your name and deeds shall spread far.
Good advice. Such is my fiercest desire.
If it's renown you want, then aid me now. I have a task that will set your name ringing through the long halls.
Oh, tell me.
I need someone with a swift wave steed in good repair to bring the Lady Estrid across the sea to Francia.
Another kidnap scheme. Estrid is unshakable. All right, then. Let we two triumph where one failed.
I need you stout-hearted in this, whatever your passions for Estrid.
We had our time together. Now that's done. I will not fail you here, nor her.
We will meet with your men inside Colchester on the night of the Llamas Festival.
好啦，郡主夫人嗰邊咧，暫時我哋就處理完畢，跟住落嚟又到郡主。
Will Olvida remember a lover from so long ago? Would I?
好啦，喺傳送點出嚟就已經去到我哋目的地附近，但係佢喺邊度住咧
？Have a look, Sunan.
呢個位，我諗應該就係前邊呢間屋仔啦。
The last house in Malden. Olvida should be here.
喂，點解會有敵人喺度嘅？喂，你喺度做咩啊？頭先見到呢度有個人嘅。
Leave me be, warmonger! You have my sister! Is that not enough?
Peace, boy. I'm not with these men. I came to speak with your sister, that's all.
A day in Essex. Now here's a day riddled with strange portents and happenings.
不如問下點解捉走你家姐啊
Why did they take your sister?
Some of Alfred's men beat a child of the village for stealing bread. My sister would not stand by and see injustice done.
Do you know where they're holding Alvida?
Yet another stay at the king's pleasure. The prison camp at Brentwood, far to the west.
I'll bring her to the lake house north of there. Meet us there if you wish.
If you promise you will find her, I will.
嗱，好啦，又要救人。不過我印象中咧，阿弗列大帝應該係好人，對百姓都好嘅喎。 點解隻 game 裏面會咁樣講佢嘅咧？好，又捐一件。
This key should unlock Alvida's cage. This must be Bearston's love, Alvida. They haven't broken her spirit.
搞掂，未死。好啦，成個軍營都俾我哋拆晒，可以救人噶啦。不過咧，我見到呢邊好似仲有啲嘢，執埋先。咦？喺呢度。得啦，我做晒嘢可以過嚟救你啦。吓，就咁抱佢走
？What? Why is this? You're not one of them.
Stay quiet. I'm here to free you.
I cannot walk. My ankle. They were not gentle with me.
Then I will carry you.
Who are you? Who risked so much to save me?
A friend.
Of Elrich's? Is he all right? The poor boy?
Not your brother. Someone else who wishes to rekindle a friend.
哇！佢個樣都真係其貌不揚啫，而家個夫人咪幾好。
Bless the saints! Here you are, sister, safe and well.
阿細佬，你介唔介意過嚟幫下手咧？你家姐翻到嚟，你可以坐喺度繼續講嘢嘅。
Rest now. Soon you'll be up and about again.
Alfida! Did they hurt you?
Takes more than some cockshy milksops to break my will. Beating a boy half to death for stealing bread? I'll not see it done.
Growling bellies mean nothing to those pay swords.
Elrich, pay more mind to the world. It is cruel and dark for those who cannot stand up for themselves.
Alvida, could we speak in private?
He is a good boy. But without a father to guide him, he's grown softer than I'd hoped.
哇！一個人養大個細佬其實都幾辛苦㗎喎。
You raised him alone. Where were your parents when he was a child?
Dead of the plague that came when he was 3 months born. So to shun your door when you have a babe on your teat. Now it's your turn. Why did you come for me?
I am here at the request of Alderman Bearston. He wonders if you could love him again.
Love him? Dear old Bearston, he remembers.
He does.
I've thought of him sometimes myself. But with my brother to fend for, I could not waste a life mooning.
He has thought of nothing but you, Alvida. And with his wife Estrid returning to Francia, he sent me to find you.
How it would work between me and him? I'm a poor woman. Have been always. But the alderman... Oh, God, help me. I'll give him a go. How could I not? Oh, bless.
He will come if you call. At the lighting of the bonfire, he will ride here to meet you.
Elrich, come you and sit with us. I have something to say.
真係有情人終成眷屬，但係佢作為一個郡長，淨係掛住打獵，點樣可以治理呢個地方啊
My apple blossom girl. Is it really you?
It is. Though crows have left their footfalls round my eyes.
They still shine brightly, as when we were children. Has Eivor told you all?
Aye, she has.
And do you accept me, love? My heart feels like it will burst.
呢度除咗你兩個之後，仲有一個人喺度，就係佢細佬。
And this young lad is Elrich, Alvida's brother.
Hello, your worshipfulness.
I am Beerstan, nothing more or less. And you are a fine, strong lad of... how old?
19 summers.
He's all the family I have, Bearston. If I'm to stay, you must welcome us both into your heart.
We have one half of our bargain done, Bearston. I will return with news of the other.
Does this mean we're leaving Malden?
You are, my boy, to live with me in Colchester. Perhaps I can teach you the joy of the hunt.
Before you go, Elrich, I would suggest the long, slow walk around the lake.
都唔好阻住佢哋聚舊啦。
I should leave them to their reunion. The next piece of this drama is the kidnapping Colchester.
Dear Bearston, I cannot believe you would come for me after all these years.
I never stopped thinking of you, Alvida.
咦，仲可以同佢講嘢喎，不如講埋先啦。
I had forgotten his charm. Still so boyish and eager to make me happy. Silly ours.
你兩個都咁大年紀啦，咁樣講嘢會唔會好骨痹咧？其實，喂，仲有你，喂，俾我撳掣先得㗎，大佬啊！
She has not changed at all. Her soft features, her earthy strength. She will make a good wife.
希望如你所願啦。跟住落嚟，我哋就要救阿郡長夫人走啦。唔係喎，我哋應該係要去綁架佢先啱。不如真係帶佢翻去我哋長屋嗰度啦。
They used to sacrifice John Barleycorn so that his seed might fall on the fertile land and grow the grain anew.
I don't care for that pagan pomp. There is just one God now, and he gives us everything we need, in this life and the next.
我仲以為收穫就係慶祝豐收，原來就有咁樣嘅做法。
How are your people, Rollo? Recovered and ready for what tonight holds?
Gerhild's treachery was a blow. Few were surprised it came to that, only that her dark ways took such a brutal turn. Put that aside. We're ready now. What would you have of us?
放出你哋嘅戰血，我覺得最好都係等我哋信號好啲，咁樣我哋行動起嚟咧會方便好多。
Wait for my signal. When I approach Estrid, that is your time.
I am your axe, Eivor.
Night will fall soon. Then is our moment to strike.
So is from Thurisleia, yeah?
嗱好啦，而家我哋嘅任務就係要綁架埃斯崔德，喺呢邊喎。有衛兵會喺度巡邏嘅。
They used to sacrifice John Barleycorn so that his seed might fall on the fertile land and grow the grain anew.
I don't care for that pagan pomp.
咁多事啊！嗱，橫掂我哋都要大鬧一場啦。
This is what we do to Saxon god slaves. We pillage. Pillage and plunder.
見衛兵就懟冧佢先，哇，多到咁嘅喂！炸嘢先。
Take their ale and their women.
呢度應該會爆到嘢嘅喎！哎呀，哇，識放火箭嘅啲人啊！
Work with me. Meteor.
擋住！咦，俾佢打咗我後面。
Stand down, you Saxon dogs! The Lady of Essex is ours.
Over here. An intruder, men.
執埋嘢，閃人！
Stand down, you Saxon dogs! The Lady of Essex is ours.
係咁喺啲人群堆度放火箭嚇！放啊！神射手啊！搞掂！而家應該可以幫阿崔斯德嘅咯喎，喺呢邊，喺呢邊。
Take their ale and their women. We will feast like
哇！我發覺啲士兵係殺唔晒啊！
I am ready when the time comes.
嗱，乖乖地後邊，我一瓜嚟。嗱，啱啱又有百姓過嚟送死啊！我唔想㗎嚇。
This is what we do to Saxon god slaves.
跟住嗌馬，以為唔係，你唔好走咧，企定定喺度好冇？喂，我哋隻狼都驚死啦，佢走咗佢自己。
Lady of Essex is ours.
You're coming with me.
Oh, desist, you foul Dane! Guards! Oh, woe unto me! Put me down!
Odin speared. You wouldn't fool a child with that howling.
Unhand me, fiend! Alas, alack!
喂，點啊？唔俾我哋擺上去嘅喂！咁走啦，唔好理啲士兵啦，我哋嗱臨出到去咧就安全噶啦。
What will become of my virtue?
冇人想要你個貞操啊！仲要話阿玉兒係女人嚟嘅添。哎呀，原來背避係會掟落地下㗎。區長槍兵，擋。用長槍用得你咁開心啊嘛？掟乜嘢先？仲有你，過嚟！擋！哎呀，篤皮我！過嚟！仲有呢隻卒仔。好 OK 啦，啲射箭嘅就可以唔使理佢，因為咧扣唔得我幾多嘅啫。
Unhand me, you filthy Dane! Bilstan, my love, my love!
你個 my love 唔會嚟噶啦，乖乖地跟我哋走啦。
Guards, guards!
得啦，我哋而家跑到好遠噶啦，冇守衛嘅啦，睇下後邊都冇人，唔使做戲啦。咦，其實我可唔可以嗌翻隻狼過嚟啊？嗱，你今次乖乖地俾我擺人上去啦嚇。原來佢唔企定嘅話，我哋係唔可以擺人上嚟噶。仲諗住頭先，如果擺咗人上去，可以行得快啲。
We are safe enough to walk, I think, aren't we? Oh, what a thrill! My heart is racing.
Be glad it still beats at all. Your screaming drew half the guards in Colchester down upon us.
I wanted to give a good performance. My father always said I was quite the actor.
I won't deny your enthusiasm.
Did you not have even a little fun?
To steal away a princess. It did give a thrill.
A woman fights bravely against her abductors. Yet, what will they do with me now? Is my virtue safe with you?
It's not in danger, if that's what you mean.
Come now, Eivor. You can stand against Alfred's brutes, but you shudder at a maiden's gentle teasing?
咦，唔通我哋真係可以帶佢我哋嘅長屋嗰度？
Thunderous house.
It is done, and all that stands between me and my home now is a foaming ribbon of surf and silt.
You did well, Rollo. You and your people. Are you ready to sail?
Loki's hissing sun churns the waters between our coasts. We'll need time to rest as we wait for fairer weather.
Have a care then. Alfred's soldiers will be looking for Estrid, even if beer stands will not.
Now's not the time for such worries, Eivor. Tonight we celebrate. Let's get you some mead.
Birstan will meet you northeast of Colchester tomorrow. You have earned all my husband promised, and more. Come find me, if you like, away from these reveling Danes.
因為睇嚟啊，郡將夫人冧我哋喎，咁佢可以唔使翻去法國啦。
I should find Birstan. No doubt he's hunting again.
又去打獵。
No troubles bestir your heart, do they, Percy? All you think of is what next to eat. How I envy you.
Birstan, Estrid said you'd be here.
Eivor, dear heart, you who drew back the bow of Eros and reunited me with my one true love.
Have your thanes asked why you do not look for Estrid?
Pish. They have asked, yes. I said it was hopeless. Then I lay upon my couch sobbing and wailing. A pretty show.
That may not be enough.
Tut tut. The wind is soft upon our faces, and I am far from the whispering doors of Colchester. Come, let's hunt.
個老婆俾人綁走咗，你仲有心情打獵嘅？邊個信啊？喂，又話跟隨你嘅喂，佢完全冇反應喎。唉，終於有啦。我執啲嘢先，同埋咧，我需要箭啊！頭先玩晒啦啲箭。
What are we hunting now?
得啦，我執咗多箭行得啦。
A majestic animal, don't you think? Driven by a fierce fire, blazing eyes, and sword tusks.
I once knew a strong-armed shield maiden who rode a boar into battle. She named it Bristlebolt.
How wondrously strange. Your tales are worthy of the hearing. We'll not ride our boars, but eat them. A feast in Alvida's honor.
A feast for your mistress. Birston, if this ruse falls apart, King Alfred will strip you of your title. Our alliance will be worthless.
Have no fear, I shall be discreet. We will eat and sup at my hall with a few friends and family. It is there our friendship will be sealed.
So soon after Lammas. Will people there not recognize me?
No, you are just one more Dane. And in that chaos, who remembers anything but the screams of dear Estrid?
These are your lands. I trust in your judgment. And how is Alvida?
She is a firebrand. We have rekindled our love as if we were teenagers. Even Ellerich is a welcome addition. A younger brother to me, yet more alike to a son. The things I should like to teach him. Ah, this is the spot. The best boar here.
講到尾，你都係想教佢打獵嘅啫，我覺得。佢話有野豬喎，野豬喺邊啊？我想問。誒，見到。一隻吓，我哋純粹過嚟咁樣打野豬嘅就係原來。
Come on, the feast table won't fill itself.
為咗啲野豬唔埋嚟咧，我要追佢啊，大佬啊
My bow arm aches. We did well, Eivor.
你根本都冇射過箭，淨係我打啫嘛。
A good hunt, Birston.
And enough for one day, I think. Even my thanes will not go hungry with this catch, and they are as voracious as wolves snatching at my carcass.
They may give you grief, but I have been nothing but amused. They're a welcome change to warring jarls and piss-sudden politics.
You have brought us all true happiness, Eivor. I thank you from the bottom of a heart full up with joy.
Birstan, the Heart Hound who sought his true love by searching the sad haven of his memory and finding her there.
Beautifully said, my friend. Beautifully said. Come, Percy, you hapless hound. Barely a boar worried. I do not know why I keep you in my employ.
你咁打完獵可以翻去咯喎，係嘛？
What are your plans for Essex and your family?
There is much that is new in this old fling. Alvida is changed. The girl I fell in love with lies behind years of hardship.
And Ellerich?
A soft lad, but with a heart as stout as his sister's. Their closeness does them both credit. The way he looks at me is often strange. His eyes furtive and downcast, like a hound waiting for his master's crop. It worries me, to be honest. Can I be both a brother to him and a love to his sister?
Give him time, Birston. He had his sister to himself all his life.
Yes, yes. But tell me, Eivor, did you succumb to my flighted bird's charms? She can turn one a tremble with her eyes.
You're talking of Estrid?
Do not be coy. It does not suit you.
Are you jealous, Birston, after casting her aside?
Of course not. I could not be happier. I only wondered for her sake. All that to say, I am only glad she has found a chance at happiness again. Lord knows I could not give her that. But these are grim thoughts, and I will not let them lay their cold grip upon me. Tonight, we feast and celebrate.
你係關心佢嘅話，你就唔會冷落佢咁多年啦，係咪先？
Birston, you promised we would never be apart, not for one waking or sleeping moment, and already you're sneaking out to hunt.
For the feast, sweetling. We owe our mutual friend a great debt, one that I promised to repay over suckling pig and ale.
Sister, have you forgotten where you are?
I have a right to happiness, Outreach. Or am I to play nursemaid forever, you ungrateful pup?
Happiness, yes. But you embarrass yourself nightly, heaving and sweating with this ham-hock.
Hold your tongue, boy. Lest we both speak our truths.
What truth have you to speak? That you've returned to this fickle man who abandoned you years ago for a Frankish pet? A woman he paid this Dane to abduct in that lammish shadow play.
Mind yourself, boy.
Or that you let him sniff and paw you and take him to your bed on the promise of nothing? The whole of Essex whispers now. He's married still, his wife freshly stolen, and you are no more than his...
I am the mother of his child, you whelp!
Child?
吓
Alvida?
原來你哋個仔嚟㗎
Please, my boy,
I will never forgive you for this. Never.
My lord, joyous news. God smiles upon us this very day. Estrid has been found by Alfred's men. They ride to her rescue as we speak.
咁就大鑊啦！我哋咁辛苦擄走咗佢，俾阿弗列揾到，咪前功盡廢。
I will not let this plot be undone.
Nothing is safe till they are away to Francia.
I will fix this, and one day I will call on you, and you will come.
You can count on it, my friend.
I wanted to tell you so many times.
Hush, Angel. Do not fret so.
He hates me. What have I done? We must go after him.
He will not stray far, Lamb. Much has been said this day, but if he is my son, our son, we must believe he will return to us.
唉，你哋啲家事你哋搞掂啦，千祈唔好麻煩到我。
Rollo! Alfred's men have found you!
What? How can this be?
Lork, stand by Estrid. Guard her with your life. If she's taken, all is lost for us and Bearston.
Come, lady. It would not do for them to take you back. Watch out!
Look! Odin, no!
佢最後都係死咗。嗱，咁既然佢會救人嘅話，我覺得佢一定會係叛徒啦。
If she's unharmed, we may let some of you
佢報睇我唔到喎。
Bastards! Protect Estrid! Prepare the ship! To hell with you!
我用呢個炸一炸佢哋。好，又關鍵啦。You died 唔係喎，die嗰個係你喎。
Patience will reward us. Time to die.
好，搞掂。
Fire!
唔使救人㗎啦，橫掂都打死啲敵人啦。點啊？你哋睇完戲啦嘛
？Eivor!
Estrid, I promised I would free you of your life in Wessex. Francia awaits your return. Go now, with Aegir's blessing.
I will miss you, Eivor.
When winter is past, summer will come, and wind you in a flowered skirt. For you are beauty, and shall not wither.
Goddess Freya, give me more of that.
Come, take care of her, Rollo Stoutheart. And if you find yourself on England's shores again, I will expect you in my hall. Good. They are safe. Bearston got his end of the bargain, and Estrid is to Francia. I should return to Randvi.
其實我仲諗住會有啲特別劇情嘅添，因為之前咧阿郡長夫人講到佢係對我哋有意思咁啊嘛。呢個乜水嚟？我唔打算招募你啊！嗱好啦，今集就玩到嚟呢度先啦。估唔到會做咗一個另類嘅離婚專家，咁都好嘅，叫做有情人終成眷屬。咁呢一個陣咧又會同我哋結盟喎。咁今集就嚟到呢度先啦。中意嘅朋友記住 like 同埋 share 俾朋友一齊睇。我哋下集再見 ，thank you，拜拜。